Stop. Do not move another inch. Do not let your thumb slide across the screen to the next distraction, for this is not a coincidence. I am reaching through the digital veil, through the static of this world, and through the clutter of your mind to find you. You think it was a simple algorithm or a stroke of luck that brought my voice to your ears at this exact second. No, my child. This is a divine appointment. I have bypassed every barrier, every wall you built to protect yourself, and every doubt you have carried like a heavy cloak just to reach you right here in the quiet of this very moment. I have seen you searching. I have seen you scrolling through endless voices, looking for one that understands the depth of the ache inside your chest. I have heard your silent screams in the middle of the night when the world was asleep, and you felt like the only person left on earth. I am here. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning of your restoration and the end of your suffering. Listen closely, for the frequency of your life is shifting as you hear these words. This is the sign you pleaded for. This is the answer to the prayer you whispered through tears when you thought I wasn't listening. I was there. I have always been there. And now I am speaking. You have lived far too long under the shadow of believing you are an accident or a victim of cruel circumstances. Before the foundations of the world were laid, before the stars were flung into the darkness, I knew you. I knew your name before it was ever spoken by human lips. I knew the color of your eyes and the rhythm of your heartbeat before you took your first breath. I saw the path you would walk, including the thorns that have made your feet bleed and the mountains that seem too high to climb. I am not a distant king sitting on a cold, unreachable throne. I am your father, and I am leaning in to whisper a secret that the world tried to hide from you. You are chosen. You are not a byproduct of chance. You are a product of my intentional design. I have called you out from the masses today because there is a decree in heaven that must be released over your life. But before I reveal the magnitude of the blessing and the shift that is coming to you, I need you to show your heart. Before we enter this most holy space, I want you to join this family of believers. Press the like button right now to signal your agreement with heaven, and subscribe to this channel to connect your soul with this divine flow forever. This is not just a button. It is an act of faith, a signal that you are ready to stop wandering and start arriving at your destiny. The world is loud, my beloved. It screams at you with the noise of debt, the noise of betrayal, and the noise of your own past mistakes. It tries to drown out my voice so that you remain a prisoner to your fear, paralyzed by the what-ifs and the if-onlys. But in this moment, I am creating a sanctuary around you. I am silencing the lions that have been roaring at your peace. I am calming the storm that has been tossing your soul. Feel the air in the room change as I step in. Can you feel the weight lifting off your shoulders? That weight was never yours to carry. You were never meant to be the victim of your history. You were never meant to be the black sheep who never finds their way home, or the one who is always left behind. I am resetting your timeline. I am erasing the failures that you have replayed in your mind 1,000 times, like a broken record. You have asked me for a sign, and I tell you I am the sign. I am the light that is breaking through your darkest hour. This is the moment where the old you begins to fade, and the conqueror within you begins to rise. Do not look back at the desert you just walked through. Look at me. Look at the horizon I am painting for you. The shift is not merely coming. The shift is happening now. It is vibrating in the very atoms of your being. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart for a purpose that no other human can fulfill. I did not create you to be mediocre. I did not create you to survive on crumbs while others feast at the table. You carry a royal DNA that has been dormant under the layers of trauma, disappointment, and the lies people have told you. But today, I am activating that blueprint. I am the potter, and you are the clay. But I am not just shaping you. I am fireproofing you. Every tear you have shed has been a seed. Every night of loneliness was a season of pruning. You felt like you were being buried, but you were actually being planted in fertile soil. You felt like you were breaking, but you were actually being broken open so that my glory could shine through the cracks. This is why you are here. This is why you couldn't keep scrolling. My spirit has arrested your attention because I have an assignment for you that requires you to stop being a victim and start being the victor I designed you to be. There is a specific miracle with your name on it, and it is closer than your next breath. If you leave now, you walk away from the threshold of your promised land. Stay with me. Listen to the heartbeat of your Creator. There is a frequency change occurring in your spirit right now. If you feel a warmth in your chest or a tingling in your hands, that is my healing power beginning to circulate where there was once only stagnation and death. I am preparing your heart to receive a revelation that will change your financial status, your health, and your family legacy for generations to come. But you must be ready to receive. You must be willing to let go of the victim identity that has become a comfortable prison for you. I am opening a door that no man can shut, but I am also closing doors that have drained your energy and stolen your joy for years. This is the great transition. This is the divine appointment where your once upon a time becomes your now. I have much more to reveal to you about the image I am erasing and the new authority I am placing in your hands. Do not turn away. Do not let the distractions of the enemy pull you back into the mundane. The next steps of this journey are vital to your survival and your triumph. We are moving from the hook of destiny into the erasure of your shame. Prepare yourself, my precious one, for you are about to see what I have been doing behind the scenes while you thought I was silent. The transition is profound, and your seat at my table is waiting. My child, I have been watching you with a tenderness that the world could never understand. I saw you last Tuesday when the house was finally quiet, and you sat on the edge of your bed, head buried in your hands, wondering where it all went wrong. I saw the way you looked at those old photographs, mourning the person you used to be, the person who still had hope, the person who hadn't yet been scarred by the betrayals and the heavy weight of this world. I saw you when you forced a hollow smile at work while your heart was breaking into 1,000 pieces behind your eyes, and no one around you noticed the silent scream in your soul. You have been carrying a heavy burden of self-reproach, whispering to yourself that you are a failure, that you have missed your window of opportunity, and that everyone else is moving forward while you are stuck in a suffocating loop of regret. I heard every if, only, and every why me that you uttered into the darkness. You think these labels are permanent, like ink tattooed into your very spirit. You think the world's definition of you, the mistakes you've made, and the pain you've endured is the final word on your life. But I am here to tell you that those labels are lies manufactured in the pits of darkness to keep you from the light of your true inheritance. Close your eyes for a moment and feel my presence surrounding you like a warm embrace. I am standing before you, not with a gavel of judgment or a list of your shortcomings, but with the hands of a creator who is ready to restore his most precious masterpiece. You have allowed others to write their opinions on the canvas of your soul. They wrote unworthy. They wrote divorced. They wrote bankrupt. They wrote addict. They wrote forgotten. You even began to write those things yourself using the sharp, jagged pen of your own disappointment. But my finger, the same finger that wrote the laws on stone and traced the paths of the spinning planets, is moving across your life right now. I am reaching out to touch those places where you feel most ashamed. I am touching the memories that make you wince in the dark. I am touching the scars that you have hidden under layers of perfectionism and exhausting busyness. I am peeling away the stickers that the world has placed on your forehead. You are not a victim of your lineage. You are not a victim of your past mistakes. You are not the sum total of what has been done to you, nor are you the sum total of what you have failed to do. I am wiping the slate completely clean, starting from the very core of your identity, until only my light remains. Listen to the rhythmic power of my voice as I begin the great erasure. I erase the shame that has kept your head bowed low for years. I erase the burning regret of the seasons you think were wasted. I erase the paralyzing fear of tomorrow that keeps you stagnant today. I erase the rejection that made you feel like you were never enough for anyone. I erase the bitterness that has begun to poison your spirit and steal your joy. I erase the heavy guilt over things I have already forgiven and forgotten. I erase the echoes of those who told you that you would never amount to anything. I erase the image of the victim that you have worn like a second skin to protect yourself. I erase the deep-seated trauma that has rewired your brain to expect disaster at every turn. I erase the hollow loneliness that makes you feel invisible, even in a crowded room. I erase the lies that whisper your best days are behind you. I erase the feeling of being less than because of the clothes you wear, the job you hold, or the balance in your bank account. I erase the shadow of the person you were yesterday so that you can finally see the radiant light of who I created you to be today. It is fading, my child. The old image is dissolving into the mist of my mercy, leaving behind a clean, sacred space for my glory to dwell. Now look at what I am writing in its place with golden letters of fire. I am writing warrior across your heart. I am writing beloved across your mind. I am writing healed, restored, and unstoppable over every area of your life. You are my masterpiece, crafted with divine precision and deep, abiding love. You are not a mistake, and you are not an afterthought. You are a chosen instrument of my peace and my power. When you walk into a room from this moment on, do not walk as one who is defeated. Walk as one who knows they are backed by the limitless armies of heaven. The chains of your past have been turned to dust. The walls that once held you in have become the very foundation of your new expanded life. I am giving you a new name and a new song to sing. You are no longer defined by what you lost, but by what I am about to give you. You are no longer the broken one. You are the one through whom my light shines most brightly because of the cracks I have filled with my grace. This is your new reality. This is your true face. Before we move deeper into the power that is now flowing through your veins, I want you to make a declaration of faith. Do not let this moment pass without claiming it. Type in the comments right now, I am not my past. Let the heavens hear your voice. Let the enemy see your resolve. Seal this truth in your heart. Do you feel the atmosphere shifting? The very air in your lungs feels lighter because you are no longer breathing the smog of your history. You are breathing the pure, revitalizing atmosphere of my kingdom. This transformation is not a slow, painful process that will take decades. It is a spiritual activation that is happening this very second. You are being re-imaged. You are being realigned with my original purpose for your life. The old you is gone, and the new you is emerging from the cocoon of my grace, stronger and more beautiful than ever before. I see the warrior in you. I see the leader in you. I see the one who will change the history of their entire family line. Stay with me, for we are just beginning to uncover the depth of the strength I have hidden within you. The world will not recognize you. When I am finished, for you will radiate the very essence of my glory and my authority. The shift has begun, and the power of now is about to be revealed. The space where your shame used to live is no longer empty. It was never my intention to simply leave you clean. I am here to fill you until you overflow. Many of my children live their lives looking either backward at what they lost or forward at a someday that never seems to arrive. They treat my power like a museum exhibit, something to be admired from a distance, something that happened to other people in ancient times. They speak of the parting of the Red Sea as a beautiful story from a dusty book. They talk about the walls of Jericho falling as if it were a legend from a world that no longer exists. But I am the great, I am not the I was or the I might be. The very same power that commanded the light to break through the primordial darkness is vibrating within your vocal cords right now. The same authority that whispered to the dead man in the tomb, Lazarus, come forth, is the authority that is calling your dreams out of the grave. You have been waiting for me to move, but I am telling you that I have already moved into you. This is the now power. It is not a distant promise. It is a current reality flowing through your spiritual DNA, waiting for your recognition to be fully unleashed. Do not mistake this message for a motivational speech or a temporary emotional lift. This is not psychological therapy designed to help you cope with your misery. This is a supernatural impartation of my very essence. There is a difference between being comforted in your prison and being given the keys to walk out of the gates. Today, I am giving you the keys. You carry the Spirit of the living God within your physical frame. Think about the magnitude of that truth. The creator of the galaxies, the one who measures the waters in the hollow of his hand and marks off the heavens with a span, has chosen your heart as his primary residence. When you walk, I walk. When you speak in my name, the atmosphere must shift. You have been praying for a breakthrough to come from the outside, waiting for a check in the mail or a sudden change in someone else's heart. But I am shifting your focus inward. The breakthrough is not coming to you. It is coming out of you. It is a wellspring of life that has been capped by your doubt. And today, I am breaking the seal. Can you feel the pressure building? That is my power, looking for an outlet. I am able to do exceedingly abundantly, above all that you could ever ask or even think, according to the power that is at work within you. Notice that I did not say the power that is in heaven, but the power that is at work within you. You have been underestimating yourself because you have been looking at your own limitations, your own bank account, and your own tired body. But I am not limited by your lack. I use your lack as a canvas for my abundance. When you feel weak, that is when my strength is made perfect, because it is then that you finally stop trying to do it in your own might and allow my Spirit to take the lead. This is an impartation of courage. This is an impartation of divine wisdom. Things that seemed confusing yesterday will suddenly become clear. Paths that were blocked will suddenly seem passable. This is the divine now that bridges the gap between your prayer and your manifestation. You are not waiting on me. I am waiting for you to realize who you are in me. The enemy wants you to stay in a state of perpetual waiting, convinced that you are not holy enough or ready enough to handle my power. He whispers that you need more time, more healing, or more external validation. But I tell you, as long as I have woken you up this day, you are ready. The power is active the moment you believe. It is like a dormant seed that only needs the water of your faith to explode into life. Stop saying one day I will be strong. Say I am strong in the Lord right now. Stop saying maybe I will be healed. Say the healing power of the Creator is flowing through my cells this very second. This shift in your language is the bridge to your new reality. You are not a beggar at the gate. You are a co-heir to the kingdom. Every resource of heaven is at your disposal, and every angel is on assignment to back the words of faith that come out of your mouth. Breathe in deeply and acknowledge this transfer of authority. I am moving you from the sidelines of your own life into the center of the battlefield. But you are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from victory. The battle has already been won at the cross, and you are simply here to enforce the peace treaty. Feel the now power settling into your bones, strengthening your knees, and clearing the fog from your mind. You are becoming a conduit of the miraculous. Everywhere your feet tread, the kingdom of darkness must retreat. This is the impartation that changes everything. You are no longer a victim of the now. You are the master of it because I am in you. We are about to face the giants that have kept you small, but they will not recognize the person standing before them. They will see the light of the now power radiating from your very skin. Are you ready to see those giants fall? Prepare your heart, for the next revelation will redefine every obstacle you have ever faced. My child, look at the obstacles standing in your way. The mountain of debt, the shadow of sickness, the wall of betrayal that has boxed you in for years. You have viewed these things as signs of my absence or as punishments for your past. You have felt like a small, defenseless prey being hunted by circumstances beyond your control. But I am shifting your vision today. I am giving you my eyes. Those giants are not there to destroy you. They are there to develop you. They are the divine weights I have allowed in your life to build the spiritual muscle you will need for the throne I am preparing for you. You cannot carry the weight of the blessing if you have not first learned to handle the weight of the battle. Every struggle you have faced was a hidden training session. You were not being punished, you were being prepared. You were not being crushed, you were being polished. The very thing you thought was your end is actually the beginning of your greatest testimony. Remember the shepherd boy, David. If there had been no Goliath, David would have remained an obscure boy in the fields of Bethlehem, forgotten by history. Goliath was not a tragedy. Goliath was a platform. The size of the giant determined the size of David's promotion. I want you to look your giant in the eye right now, that fear that keeps you awake, that person who tried to ruin your reputation, that lack that makes you feel small and insignificant. The bigger the giant, the greater the victory I am about to manifest through you. I don't give big assignments to small people. If the battle is intense, it is because the destiny is immense. You are not a victim running away in terror. You are a conqueror stepping onto the battlefield with the full backing of the heavens. When the world looks at your giants, they see your defeat. When I look at your giants, I see the footstool I am building for your feet. Do not be intimidated by the roar of the enemy. The lion of the tribe of Judah is roaring within you, and my roar silences every other voice. In all these things, you are more than a conqueror through him who loved you. Think about what it means to be more than a conqueror. A conqueror wins the battle after the fight is over. But to be more than a conqueror means you have won before the fight even began. Your victory was sealed at the cross. Your triumph was written in my blood before your enemy even plotted against you. This is why you can stand in the middle of the storm with a peace that surpasses understanding. This is why you can walk through the fire and not smell like smoke. I do not always deliver you from the fire. Sometimes I take you through the fire to prove that you are fireproof. Is it a greater testimony that I kept you out of the furnace, or that I walked into the flames with you and brought you out without a single hair singed? You are becoming a living proof of my power. Your scars are not signs of weakness. They are your credentials of endurance. They prove that you survived what was meant to kill you, and you came out stronger on the other side. Stop seeing yourself through the lens of your struggle. The struggle is temporary, but the character being forged within you is eternal. You are being trained to rule, not just to survive. If I had removed the giant too early, you would have missed the opportunity to see my hand move in a miraculous way. If I had opened the door when you first knocked, you wouldn't have had the maturity to stay inside once you entered. I know the perfect timing. I know when your heart is ready to handle the influence I am about to bestow upon you. You are graduating from the school of the wilderness into the season of the palace. The giants are falling not by your might or your power, but by my spirit. Look at them one last time, for the enemies you see today, you shall see no more. They are being dismantled by the frequency of the word I am speaking over you right now. You are rising. You are taking your place. You are the victor, and the battle belongs to me. Before we move into the deeper secrets of your healing and your acceleration, I need you to anchor this truth in your soul. Do not stay silent while the gates of heaven are open. If you believe that your giants are falling and that you are stepping into your identity as a conqueror, show the world your faith. Type, "I am a conqueror" in the comments right now to claim your authority. And if you haven't already, pressed the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is your way of telling the enemy that you have officially switched sides from the victim to the victor. Join this community of warriors who are rising up to take back what was stolen. We are moving into the deep waters of your healing next, where I will show you why your wounds were actually your greatest secret weapon. Stay with me, for the revelation is only getting stronger. My precious child, I want to talk to you about the things you try so hard to hide. I want to talk about the wounds that you have covered with bandages of busyness, the scars you have masked with a forced laugh, and the bruises on your spirit that you think make you damaged goods. You look at your past and you see a trail of wreckage. You look at your heart and you see a map of betrayals, losses, and agonizing disappointments. You have asked me, in the quietest, darkest hours of your life, "Father, why did you let them hurt me? Why did you allow that door to slam in my face? Why did I have to walk through that valley of shadows? You felt like I had abandoned you to the wolves. Or worse, that I was indifferent to your agony. But I am leaning in now to tell you a secret that will change the way you look at your reflection forever. Your scars are not signs of your shame. They are the credentials of your destiny. They are the proof that you survived what was designed to destroy you. They are the evidence that the enemy gave you his best shot, but you are still standing because I was standing inside of you. I saw you when that person walked away, leaving you with a shattered heart and 1,000 unanswered questions. I saw you in that bathroom stall crying silently so no one would hear your weakness. I saw you when the betrayal felt like a physical blade between your ribs. I saw you when you felt invisible, unloved, and completely replaceable. I have been collecting every single one of your tears in my bottle. Not a single drop has been wasted. Not a single sigh has gone unheard. I allowed the breaking because I was preparing you for a weight of glory that an unbroken heart could never carry. A vessel that has never been through the fire is brittle and weak, but a vessel that has been broken and fused back together by my golden grace is stronger than it ever was before. I am the God of redemption. I don't just fix things. I make them better than they were in the beginning. I am taking your mess and turning it into your message. I am taking your test and turning it into your testimony. Your greatest ministry will flow out of the places where you were most deeply wounded. For how can you lead others out of the dark if you have never navigated the shadows yourself? If you feel my healing light touching the jagged edges of your heart right now, if you feel the warmth of my love filling the holes that people left behind, do not let this moment pass you by. This is a holy transaction. Press the like button on this video right now as an act of faith, acknowledging that my healing is flowing through you, and subscribe to this family, for I am calling you to stay in this frequency of restoration. By subscribing, you are telling the heavens that you are ready to stop being a reservoir of pain and start being a channel of my power. Do not walk this path alone. Stay connected to the voice that reminds you of who you truly are. You are being reconstructed by the hands of the great architect, and the new structure of your life will be far more magnificent than the one that was torn down. You are being qualified by your suffering. You see, the world gives big assignments to people who look perfect on the outside. But I give my greatest assignments to those who have been through the fire and didn't burn. I look for the ones who have been crushed but refuse to give up. Suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces a hope that will never put you to shame. You think your scars make you ugly, but in the realm of the spirit, your scars radiate a light that terrifies the kingdom of darkness. They show that you have skin in the game. They show that you are a veteran of the spiritual wars. When you speak, you will speak with an authority that those who have lived in comfort can never possess. You will be able to look at the brokenhearted and say, I know the way out because I have been where you are, and I have seen the King of Glory reach down and pull me out of the pit. I am turning your ashes into a crown of beauty. I am taking the very things that were meant to bury you and using them as the soil for your growth. Every no you received was my not yet or my I have something better. Every closed door was my protection from a path that would have stolen your soul. You are not damaged. You are distilled. You are being refined like gold in the furnace. The impurities of pride, self-reliance, and fear are being burned away, leaving behind the pure essence of my spirit. You are now ready to handle the supernatural acceleration that I am about to release. Because you have learned to trust me in the dark, I can now trust you with the light. Because you have stayed faithful in the little of your pain, I am about to make you ruler over much in my kingdom. Prepare yourself, for the season of waiting is ending, and the season of speed is beginning. Your wounds are closing, and your wings are spreading. Are you ready to see how fast I can move when I decide to vindicate my chosen ones? My beloved child, you have been watching the clock with a heavy heart, feeling as though time is your greatest enemy. You look at the years that have slipped through your fingers, like sand years spent in mourning, years spent in dead-end jobs, years lost to sickness, or seasons wasted on people who did not value the treasure within you. You feel like you are behind, like you are running a race where everyone else started miles ahead of you, and you are gasping for air, trying to catch up. But I am the master of time. I am the one who stands outside of seconds, minutes, and decades. I created the sun and the moon to mark the seasons, but I am not bound by them. To me, 1,000 years are as a single day, and a single day can hold the weight of 1,000 years. I am reaching into your timeline right now to collapse the distance between your prayer and your manifestation. The waiting room is being converted into a launching pad. The period of stagnation is being swallowed up by a momentum that is not of this world. You are entering a season of supernatural acceleration where time will no longer be your master, but your servant. I am the God who restores the years that the swarming locusts have eaten. I have seen the seasons where you felt like you were treading water just trying to keep your head above the surface. I saw the decade you spent caring for others, while your own dreams gathered dust in the attic of your heart. I tell you today, nothing is lost in my kingdom. I am gathering those wasted years, and I am compressing their blessings into your current moment. What should have taken you 20 years to achieve, I am going to bring to pass in 20 months. The promotion that usually requires a lifetime of networking will find you in a single afternoon, because my favor is more powerful than any resume. I am redeeming your time. I am paying you back with interest for every tear, every sleepless night, and every moment of patient endurance. You are not behind. You are being catapulted. You are not late. You are being perfectly timed for a divine collision with your destiny. Breathe out the anxiety of being too old or too late. I am the God of the 11th hour, and I am about to do a quick work in your life that will make the world marvel at my efficiency. Can you perceive it? A new rhythm is beginning to beat in the atmosphere around you. I am shifting you into the reality where the plowman overtakes the reaper, and the treader of grapes overtakes him who sows the seed. In the natural world, there is a long, tedious gap between planting and harvesting. You sow in one season, and you wait, hoping for rain, hoping the soil stays fertile. But in this season of acceleration, the harvest will come so fast that you will still have the seeds in your hands when the fruit begins to fall. Things are going to happen so quickly that your head will swim. You will receive the phone call before you even finish the application. The healing will manifest before you finish the prayer. The reconciliation will happen before you can even find the words to apologize. This is the Amos 9:13 momentum. I am removing the delays. I am breaking the spirit of procrastination that has hovered over your house. I am cutting through the red tape of human bureaucracy and the slow-moving gears of natural law. I am moving with the speed of light because you have been prepared to handle the velocity of my glory. I am accelerating your healing right now. Those internal wounds that usually take decades of therapy to soothe are being closed by my hand in an instant. I am accelerating your financial turnaround. I am not just giving you a raise. I am giving you a strategy that will create generational wealth in a fraction of the time you thought possible. I am accelerating your influence. I am placing you in rooms with kings and leaders, bypassing the ladder that others have had to climb for years. Why? Because the world is in a dark hour, and I need my lights to shine brightly and quickly. I don't have time for you to crawl. I am giving you wings. I am giving you the Elijah speed to outrun the chariots of your enemies. Every mountain that stood in your way is being leveled into a plain. Every valley that made your journey slow is being filled. I am making your path straight and your feet swift. This is not a slow evolution. This is a divine explosion of progress. You will look back at this day and realize that this was the moment the needle jumped, the moment the pace changed, and the moment you finally broke through the sound barrier of your limitations. You must prepare your heart for the speed, my child. When I move this fast, you cannot afford to look back. You cannot afford to drag the weights of yesterday's bitterness behind you. Acceleration requires you to be light. It requires you to be focused. It requires you to trust my hand on the steering wheel of your life. Do not be afraid when things start changing rapidly. Do not be alarmed when old structures fall away to make room for the new. I am in the acceleration. I am the wind in your sails. I am the fire in your engine. You have been in the hidden season long enough. The curtain is being pulled back, and the stage is set for a performance of grace that will leave you breathless. The shift has reached its peak velocity. You are no longer moving at the speed of man. You are moving at the speed of God. Are you ready to step into the next part of this journey, where I will show you who you are becoming in this light? We are crossing the threshold into your true identity. My precious one, we are moving beyond the stage of mere survival. For a long time you have been a seeker, a receiver, someone standing at the gate, hoping for a crumb of my favor. You have looked at my blessings as something that happens to you, an external event that changes your circumstances. But I am doing something much deeper today. I am not just giving you a blessing, I am turning you into the blessing. This is the ultimate shift in your spiritual DNA. When you were a child in the spirit, you needed to be fed, but now I am maturing you to become a provider. I am shifting your identity from a person who needs a miracle to a person who is a miracle in motion. You have been praying for an open door, but I am making you the key that opens doors for others. The architecture of your soul is being reconstructed so that you can carry the weight of this new authority. You will no longer just receive peace. You will become a bringer of peace. You will no longer just receive light. You will become the light that dispels the darkness in every room you enter. This is the evolution of your destiny. Imagine the change that occurs when you realize that the power of the Creator is not just visiting you, but is emanating from you. When you walk into a workplace filled with tension, the atmosphere will bow to the presence of my spirit within you. When you enter a home that is fractured by strife, the silent authority you carry will begin to knit the broken pieces back together. People will look at you and wonder what is different. They will see a calm in your eyes that the world cannot give, and a strength in your posture that the storm could not break. You are becoming a pillar of fire in the night and a cloud of protection in the day for those around you. You have been so focused on your own lack that you haven't realized that I have already filled you with the very thing your neighbors, your family, and your colleagues are starving for. You are becoming a spiritual landmark, a place where others come to find rest, wisdom, and the reflection of my love. I am calling you out of the shadows of self-pity and into the radiance of your new role. You are a royal priesthood, set apart not just to be saved, but to be the Savior's hands and feet on this earth. A reservoir is a stagnant body of water that only collects, but a river is a dynamic force that transforms the landscape it travels through. I am turning your life into a river. The blessings I am pouring into you today will not stop at you. They will flow through you with such velocity that they will irrigate the dry lives of everyone you touch. You were never meant to be a dead end for my grace. You are a conduit. As you give, more will be given. As you heal more, healing will flow through your own body. This is the divine paradox. The more you become a blessing to others, the more your own needs are effortlessly met. You are becoming the answer to someone else's desperate prayer. Somewhere right now, someone is crying out for help, and I am preparing you to be the one who walks through their door with the solution. This is why the training was so intense. This is why the fire was so hot. I had to ensure that you wouldn't just use the blessing for your own comfort, but that you would have the character to be a steward of my glory. You are rising to a level of influence that you once thought was reserved only for the giants of faith. But I tell you, you are one of them. Listen to the weight of my words. You are becoming a legacy. Your children will walk in the shade of the trees you are planting today. Your very presence will be a terror to the kingdom of darkness because you no longer operate on human logic. You operate on divine mandate. If you feel this transformation taking place in your spirit, if you can feel the shift from help me to here, do not keep it to yourself. This is the moment to anchor your new identity. I want you to speak it into existence. Type in the comments right now, I am the blessing. Let those words resonate in the spiritual realm. By typing this, you are agreeing with my decree and accepting your new commission. You are declaring to every spirit of lack and every spirit of fear that your days of begging are over and your days of leading have begun. I am moving you from the outer court into the Holy of Holies, where you will learn to speak with the authority of a king. Stay focused, for the chains of fear that once bound you are about to be shattered by the sheer force of who you are becoming. Fear is a thief, my child. It is a silent, creeping shadow that has occupied the corners of your mind for far too long. It has stolen your sleep, your peace, and your ability to dream. I have seen you paralyzed by the what-ifs, the fear of not having enough, the fear of being alone, the fear of failing, and even the fear of succeeding. Fear is a parasite that feeds on your potential, whispering lies that you are weak and that the world is too big for you to handle. It has created a prison without bars, a cage made of invisible anxieties that keep you from stepping into the territory I have already given you. But I am standing in your cell today, and I am not here to negotiate with your captors. I am here to command them to leave. By the authority of my word, which created the heavens and the earth, I rebuke the spirit of fear, panic, and anxiety that has hovered over your life. I break the chains of generational dread that you inherited from those who came before you. Those heavy iron links are turning to dust in my presence. You are not a slave to your adrenaline or your overthinking. You are a child of the Most High, and your Father is the King of every storm. I have not given you a spirit of fear, my precious one. That trembling, that suffocating weight on your chest, that constant sense of impending doom, that did not come from me. What I have breathed into you is a spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind. I am placing a sword in your hand today, the sword of my spirit. You are no longer meant to cower behind a shield. You are commissioned to advance. I am giving you the authority to tread upon the serpents of worry and the scorpions of doubt. When the enemy whispers that you should be afraid, I want you to laugh with the confidence of one who knows the end of the story. I am your fortress and your high tower. If I am for you, who or what can possibly stand against you? I am calling you to walk into the places that used to terrify you. I am calling you to look at your bank account, your health report, and your broken relationships, not with dread, but with the eyes of a commander who sees a victory waiting to be claimed. The chains are off. The gate is open. You are free to walk out, and you are free to fly. If you can feel the heavy atmosphere of anxiety lifting off your mind right now, if you feel a sudden, unexplainable peace flooding your soul, this is the moment to seal your deliverance. Press the like button on this video to signify that you are stepping out of your prison. Subscribe to this channel right now to join this army of light, ensuring that you stay connected to my frequency of courage every single day. By doing this, you are marking this moment as the day your courage was restored. And I want you to declare your freedom to the heavens and the earth. Type in the comments, "I believe my chains are broken." Do not stay silent. Let your faith be audible in the spiritual realm. Your words are seeds of victory, and as you type them, you are locking in the miracle of your liberation. The spirit of fear must flee when it hears the sound of a believer coming into agreement with the King of Kings. This new authority I'm giving you is not just for your own peace. It is a weapon of love. Because you are no longer consumed by your own fear, you now have the capacity to love those who have hurt you. You can look at your enemies and feel compassion for you, realize that they are acting out of their own brokenness while you are standing on the rock of ages. You are no longer reactive. You are proactive. You are no longer a victim of people's opinions. You are a victor in my grace. I am giving you a sound mind, a mind that is clear, focused, and centered on my truth. The mental fog is evaporating. The confusion is being replaced by divine strategy. You are now a warrior priest, commissioned to go into dangerous places and bring my light. You will walk through the fire and not be burned, because the fourth man is in the furnace with you. This is your commission. This is your moment of rising. You are no longer the one who hides. You are the one who is sought out for strength. I am dressing you in the armor of light, and your very presence will now cause the demons of fear to tremble. You are moving into a season of influence, where your boldness will open doors that were previously bolted shut. People will ask you, "Where did you get this courage?" And you will tell them about the day of the shift, the day the voice of God whispered into your soul and broke the iron bars of your anxiety. We are stepping now into a higher dimension of your destiny. I am about to show you how this broken fear translates into a supernatural influence that will change the world around you. Are you ready to see the territory I have prepared for you? My child, do not think for a single moment that my power is limited to the four walls of your prayer closet or the quiet moments of your devotion. I am not just the God of the sanctuary. I am the God of the marketplace, the God of the boardroom, the God of the courtroom, and the God of the digital frontier. For too long, you have kept your faith hidden, fearing that your spiritual light would be too bright for the secular world. But I am telling you today that I am expanding your territory far beyond the borders you have drawn for yourself. I am bestowing upon you an anointing for influence that will cause kings to seek your counsel and leaders to wonder at your wisdom. You are being called out of the background and into the spotlight of strategic importance. I am not just making you a better person. I am making you a person of impact. Everywhere your feet tread, you are carrying the atmospheric shift of my kingdom. You will no longer be the one asking for permission to exist. You will be the one setting the standard for excellence in your field. I am placing upon you the mantle of Daniel and the wisdom of Joseph. Remember how I took a prisoner and made him the prime minister of Egypt, because he could solve the problems that no one else could solve. I am giving you that same divine insight. I am dropping million-dollar ideas into your spirit while you sleep. I am giving you solutions to bottlenecks in your company that have frustrated experts for years. When you speak in your meetings, people will stop what they are doing to listen, not because of your loud voice, but because of the weight of the authority you carry. You will have a spirit of excellence that makes you 10 times better than those who rely only on their human intellect. I am sharpening your intuition and your discernment. You will see opportunities where others see obstacles. You will see paths to prosperity where others see only lack. This is not for your pride, but for my purpose, so that when you rise, you can pull others up with you and show the world what happens when a human life is fully aligned with the Creator. Listen to my prophecy over your life. I am placing you in strategic positions that you did not even apply for. Doors that have been bolted shut for generations in your family are beginning to creak open right now. As you walk toward them, they will swing wide on their own accord because the favor on your life acts as a master key. You will walk into rooms you once thought were off limits, and you will find that a seat has already been prepared for you at the table. You will no longer have to beg for a chance or compete for a scrap of recognition. My favor will go before you like a herald announcing your arrival and softening the hearts of those who have the power to help you. I am shifting the gatekeepers. I am removing those who would block your progress and replacing them with those who will champion your cause. This is the hour of your public vindication. The world saw your struggle, but now they will see my glory resting upon your shoulders. If you believe that I am opening these strategic doors and granting you this supernatural influence right now, do not remain silent. This is a moment of divine alignment. Press the like button as a sign that you accept this mantle of leadership and subscribe to join this community of world changers. You are being drafted into a royal army of influence. And I want you to anchor this prophetic word in the atmosphere. Type in the comments, "I receive my influence," or 777 to confirm your readiness. By doing this, you are telling the spirit realm that you are no longer willing to play small. You are declaring that you are ready to be the head and not the tail. This comment is your signature on the decree of your promotion. Do not hesitate. The gates are moving, and your name is being spoken in the highest halls of heaven and earth. You must understand, my beloved, that this influence is a trust. I am giving you the power to get wealth and the authority to change systems so that you can be a conduit of my justice and my mercy. You are becoming a person of weight, a person whose words carry the power to build and the power to heal. Do not be afraid of the height to which I am calling you. You will not fall because I am the one holding you up. You will not lose your way because my word is a lamp unto your feet. You are being groomed for greatness, not for your own ego, but for the healing of nations. We are moving now into the secrets of how you will manage this new abundance. I am about to teach you the mindset of a steward, for the wealth of the wicked is being laid up for the righteous, and you are the one I have chosen to manage it. My child, look at your hands. For so long they have been empty or clenched in a tight fist of survival, trying to hold on to the few crumbs you had left. You have lived with a scarcity mindset, a haunting fear that there will never be enough, that you are one mistake away from ruin, and that the resources of this world are reserved for everyone but you. But I am shifting your hands from a posture of clutching to a posture of receiving and releasing. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a waterfall of resources, not just enough to pay your bills, but enough to change the world around you. This is the divine wealth transfer that has been prophesied for this hour. I am giving you the power to get wealth, not so you can build a bigger barn for your own ego, but so you can become a conduit of my kingdom on earth. A reservoir holds water until it becomes stagnant and dead, but a conduit allows the water to flow, bringing life to everything it touches. I am making you a river of provision. You must understand the secret of the kingdom I do not give to you. I give through you. When you align your heart with my purpose, you tap into a limitless supply. If I can get it through you, I will always get it to you. I am looking for stewards, not owners. The world says, "This is mine," but the steward says, "This is yours, Father." How would you like me to use it today? When you operate with this mindset, the pressure of making it happen disappears. You no longer have to sweat and toil in the spirit of a slave. You work in the joy of a son or daughter. I am giving you the wisdom to multiply what is in your hand. I am bringing you into a season of Deuteronomy 8:18 reality, where you remember that it is I who give you the power to create wealth to establish my covenant. As you prove faithful with the little things, the small seeds, the humble beginnings, I am preparing to entrust you with the riches of nations. I am watching how you handle the little right now, for it is your entrance exam for the much. I am breaking the back of the spirit of poverty in your family line right now. The cycle of just enough and not quite enough ends with you. You are the one who will break the curse of debt and the chain of financial anxiety for your children and your children's children. I am placing in your mind the strategies, the investments, and the creative blueprints that will generate abundance. But listen to my heart. Do not let the blessing become your God. Let the blessing serve the God who gave it. If you are willing to be my hands of generosity, I will make you a magnet for resources. You will be the one who funds the mission, the one who builds the shelter, and the one who feeds the hungry without ever checking your own balance, because you know the source of your supply is bottomless. This is the weight of the blessing I spoke of. It requires a mature character and a heart of service. Do not let greed steal the miracle. Keep your heart open and your hands ready to serve. Before we move into the final sealing of this prophecy, I want to see your heart's agreement with this divine flow. If you are ready to stop being a reservoir and start being a conduit of my abundance, then do not remain silent. This is a holy commitment between you and your Creator. Press the like button right now as a sign that you surrender your finances to my will and subscribe to stay rooted in this community of abundance. And I want you to claim your new identity as a kingdom steward. Type in the comments, "I am a conduit of blessings," or 888 to activate this financial shift. By doing this, you are telling the spirit of lack that its time is up and that the wealth of heaven is now flowing into your stewardship. Your declaration here is the seed that will produce a harvest you cannot contain. We are approaching the end of this message, but the beginning of your new life. My child, look behind you for a moment. Not with eyes of regret, but with the eyes of a spiritual detective. Do you see the patterns? Do you see the shadows that have followed your bloodline for decades, perhaps even centuries? I have seen the silent struggle that your grandfather carried, the same weight that rested on your mother's shoulders, and the same ghost of anxiety that has tried to claim your own peace. I saw the cycle of poverty that seemed to be woven into your family DNA, where no matter how hard you worked, the bottom always seemed to fall out. I saw the spirit of addiction that moved from one branch of the family tree to another, looking for a place to rest. I saw the recurring theme of divorce, the broken promises, and the cold silence that haunted the halls of your ancestors. You have often felt like the black sheep, the one who didn't fit in, the one who was more sensitive, more broken, or more restless. But I am telling you today that you were not born into that family to suffer with them. You were born into that family to be the one who stops the cycle. You are the divine boundary line. You are the wall of fire that says to the enemy, "You have come this far, but you will go no further." I saw you when you were a small child, watching the adults in your life repeat the same mistakes, and you promised yourself you would be different. But as the years passed, you felt those same old chains beginning to tighten around your own wrists. You felt the same anger, the same lack, and the same inexplicable sadness trying to take root in your heart. You began to fear that you were destined to end up just like them. But hear my decree today. The curse stops at your feet. I am the God who visits mercy upon thousands of generations of those who love me. Today I am taking my spiritual axe to the root of that bitter family tree. I am severing the ties to every generational curse of premature death, every chain of chronic sickness, every yoke of financial ruin, and every spirit of abandonment. I am washing your bloodline clean with the power of my grace. I am rewriting your history so that the story of your ancestors no longer dictates the story of your children. The darkness that chased your father will not find your son. The bitterness that consumed your mother will not touch your daughter. I am creating a before and an after in your family history, and you are the turning point. Feel the spiritual iron snapping as I speak these words. There is a sound in the heavens of ancient gates closing and new ones being forged in gold. You are not just breaking free for yourself. You are liberating the 3 or 4 generations that will come after you. Your descendants will not know the taste of the bread of sorrow that you had to eat. They will not know the suffocating grip of debt that kept you awake at night. Because you chose to stand in this gap today, because you chose to listen to my voice and believe my promise. You are planting a new tree, a tree of life, a tree of faith, and a tree of abundance. Your grandchildren will walk in the shade of the peace you are fighting for right now. They will inherit a legacy of courage instead of a legacy of fear. They will inherit the head and not the tail identity because you were willing to undergo the fire of transformation. You are the pioneer, the trailblazer, who is clearing the path through the thicket of your family's past so that those who follow you can run on a smooth highway of blessing. I am establishing a new covenant with your household this day. From this moment on, your home shall be called a house of prayer, a house of peace, and a house of plenty. I am removing the labels of failure and struggle that have been passed down like heirlooms. I am replacing them with blessed, favored, and set apart. Do not look back at the wreckage of the previous generations with shame. They did the best they could with the light they had, but you have been given a greater light. You have been chosen for such a time as this to be the deliverer of your lineage. I am giving you a new name and a new song, and this song will be sung by your descendants for 100 years. The shift has moved from your internal heart to your external legacy. You are no longer a victim of your upbringing. You are the architect of a new kingdom. Can you feel the lightness in your spirit as the weight of centuries is lifted off your shoulders? You are breathing new air now. You are standing on a foundation that cannot be shaken. The chains are gone, and the path is clear. We are entering the final movement of this divine encounter. I have one last command to give you, a command to rise and walk into the land I have promised you. The great commission of your life is about to be revealed, and the end is only the beginning of your true story. Arise. Stand up, my beloved warrior, and wipe the last of the tears from your eyes. The time for mourning has reached its end. The season of sitting in the ashes of what used to be is over. I am commanding you right now to lift your chin and look toward the horizon I have painted specifically for you. Do you see that glow that is not just a new day? That is the dawn of your new era. You have been through the crushing, you have been through the fire, and you have been through the silence of the wilderness. But look at yourself now. You are not the same person who began this journey. You are no longer the victim of your circumstances. You are the master of your destiny because my spirit is your compass. I am placing the royal robe of my favor upon your shoulders and the ring of authority upon your finger. You are commissioned. You are sent. You are authorized to go into the world and reclaim everything the enemy thought he could keep. Do not walk with a spirit of hesitation. Walk with the stride of someone who knows that the creator of the universe is walking inside them. Every step you take from this moment on is a step of conquest. I am sending you back into the very places that once intimidated you. But this time, you are going as a light that cannot be hidden. Go back into that workplace. Go back into that family dynamic. Go back into that industry. And watch how the atmosphere bows to the presence of the King within you. You are my ambassador. When you speak, speak with the weight of heaven behind your words. When you pray, pray as one who has already seen the answer. You have been trained in the secret place for this public manifestation. You have learned to trust me when you couldn't see me, and now you will see me in everything you touch. This is your great commission to be the proof that I am alive, that I am good, and that I am still in the business of doing the impossible. You are a living, breathing miracle, a testimony of grace that will draw the weary and the broken to my light. Do not fear the height or the depth, for I am with you always, even unto the end of the age. This shift you have experienced today is not a temporary high. It is a permanent transition. You have crossed a spiritual equator, and you can never go back to the cold, dark lands of your past. But I must tell you, my precious one, this is only the beginning. This was the preparation, the clearing of the ground, and the laying of the foundation. I have so much more to show you about the promised land that lies ahead. There are territories of influence you haven't even dreamed of yet. There are levels of intimacy with me that will make your heart overflow with a joy that words cannot describe. I have secrets to whisper to you about your future, about the people you will meet, and the legacy you will build. But you must take this first step. You must walk through the gate I have opened today. Do not look back at the desert. Look forward to the land flowing with milk and honey. The journey continues, and I am already standing in your tomorrow, waiting to welcome you into your next level of glory. Now, my child, it is time to seal this divine covenant so that no thief can steal what has been deposited into your soul today. This is the moment to lock in your victory. Press the like button right now as an act of closing the door on your past and sealing this covenant with heaven. Subscribe to this family and turn on your notifications, for this is only part 1 of the roadmap I am revealing to you. You must be ready to receive part 2 of your divine orders. I want the heavens to record your faith. Type in the comments right now, "I receive my victory in 11:11," to activate the portal of your new beginning. Let your words be the anchor that holds this blessing in place. And if your heart is overflowing with gratitude and you wish to sow a seed into this fertile ground to expand the reach of this message, you may use the Super Thanks feature to honor the shift that has occurred in your life. Your seed is a declaration that you trust my provision. Go now in my power, my bold conqueror. Your life is no longer a story of survival. It is a saga of triumph. The shift is done. Your future is bright. And I am with you now and forever. Amen.